What you watching?
What you watching? Let's tell you what we're watching, what we're reading, what we're doing out in the real world. And this week we are making the sacrifice. We got a lot to talk about, 2 big features and a lot to talk about. And coming up, we have some exciting announcements all around season 3 in this year. So because of that, we're getting right into the superhero talk. Let's do it. Set it up. MCU Town. This is the 31st title, the 5th show of 2021 on Disney Plus, coming out of Marvel Studios. It's called Hawkeye. You may remember we talked about this one a few weeks back. We talked about episodes 1 through 4. We're here to close the loop and talk about the last 2 episodes of this series, how it wraps up right around Christmas time. Can't wait to break it down, this MCU series, especially with our boy Scotty, who said on our last episode it was your favorite MCU show. Actually, your favorite show on Disney Plus, period.
Yep, 100%.
Still true after the finale?
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, yes.
Let's not even mess around. Let's gut check this thing. How did you feel when you got through these last 2 episodes, mainly the finale?
I think it delivered. It delivered on exactly what I personally wanted, and I think it rounded out the show perfectly.
Felt good.
Felt real good.
Can't wait to hear about the story, get a rating from you, Giggler, gut check for you. When those credits ran and the show ended, how was your feeling reflecting on Hawkeye?
100%. I agree. Hawkeye was not one of my favorites, like going into this season, but this definitely upped his game a little bit. I'm excited for his kind of future in the MCU or however long that may be.
Sure. I'm with you. And I got to say, I'm probably a little bit less enthusiastic about you than you guys. I had a great time. I enjoyed the show. I thought that, I don't know if I was expecting more things to happen than the finale, so then it becomes like, it feels like a letdown because I wanted to see certain things. The show itself was fun, action-packed. Can't we talk about some of the characters that we're going to see featured in this show? But as always, when we work through it and we give our ratings, it's always cool to see where we land.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Season 1, episodes 1 through 4. Where do we wrap up? Very quickly, very, very quickly. Hawkeye, Clint Barton, and Kate are still trying to solve all the things that are happening in New York at this time. Let's just recap ourselves. 2 years since the events of Endgame. This is the furthest show out. This is in really the future. This is by far the most furthest out MCU project. Clint Barton's in New York, trying to get back to his family. Ronan suit shows back up, gets Haley Atwell as Kate Bishop.
Steinfeld.
Haley Steinfeld.
What'd I say?
Atwell.
She's Peggy Carter.
Peggy Carter.
That'd be wild.
That would be
a
wild.
wild show.
That might be a what if. What if Peggy Carter was Hawkeye? Just give her a bow and arrow. It's the same show. And it left off at the end. We had a big cliffhanger at the end of episode 4, Scotty. You might remember Yelena shows up.
On the rooftop.
She's Black Widowed out. She's like, I'm here to kill Clint. That's where it is. Clint tells Kate, you're out.
Yeah.
Too much.
Get out of here.
Get on out of here.
Yep.
Drop us in episode 5 titled Ronan, came in at 45 minutes, reads from Disney Plus. The fallout nearly derails their partnership, but Kate makes a discovery that changes everything. So setting up the episode a little bit, this is where Kate is kind of sidelined for a moment. And then, she's figuring out more about her mom, trying to figure out what kind of role her mom is playing in this crime world. There's her stepdad, what's his name? The swordsman.
Yes.
And what's the character's name?
Jack.
He had taken like a fall for somebody. He got arrested, I believe.
Yeah.
In the episode 4. So she's kind of talking.
No, they were just talking about it in episode 4.
Oh, right, because this is the beginning where she says like, "Hey, mom, your guy is involved with a lot of the stuff that's been going on with all this crime."
Very shady.
Very shady. Clint is like, I got to figure out if I'm gonna have to fight off against a Black Widow.
Yeah.
Goes off on his own, talks to his wife, loops her in, says like, this isn't going so hot. And it all leads inevitably to a discussion between Kate and Yelena at Kate Bishop's apartment. So this is like these 2 characters in the room meeting each other, having an open dialogue. And this is the first time you really get to see not only these 2 characters interacting together, but like these 2 actors really showcasing like what they got and what they're doing. I thought Yelena fit right in from the get-go.
Great scene.
Yeah, how'd you feel about the entrance in her episode there in episode 5? Because this is the one that opens up right with the cold open.
Oh, man.
Right.
I think one of the most important parts of the series.
Right.
We got to see from a blipped person's point of view what happened.
Yes. How did
Yeah.
this? What was the experience?
Right.
And she's like they had gone there to save a widow. It's not what they think. She's
Right.
fine. Yelena goes to the bathroom, and you see it. You see the snap take her, her come back together, and the room like
The room's
changes.
changing. It's the paint's different. She came back exactly where she was.
Yes.
Yeah, that was creepy.
And that was 2018, right? This
Yeah.
is like putting it right after the events of Black Widow, right? Timeline wise
Yeah.
for this cold open. And then
Yeah, because she was still talking about Black Widow, Natasha.
Yep.
She was still alive.
Somebody asked like, how's she doing? She
Mhm.
says she's doing great because
Right.
she just saw her. She's like, oh, she's doing fantastic, but she's on the run at this point after
Yeah.
Civil War. And this inevitably brings, I mean, what they don't really talk too much in the series, even like getting like further with Yelena's story, is we met Yelena in Black Widow, and then that end credit scene we had the Valentina Julianne Dreyfus character.
Mm.
Was the one that said like, hey, this guy killed your sister. But I went back and watched that. We watched Black Widow actually just last week, and I actually caught this time around that she actually does say like your next assignment.
Mhm.
So essentially Yelena, I guess Val is like in hand with like the Black Widows.
Yeah. Oh, this widow that they went to save,
Yeah.
I think must have already been working for her
Uh-huh.
and or taking out contracts in that loop in some way, shape, or form. Because when she came back from the blip,
Mm-hmm.
she talked about, hey, I can get you some money real quick.
Yeah, and I get you. Oh yeah, I got to
Yeah.
work for you.
Yeah, we got contracts.
See, that's what I was trying. That was the part I was getting hung up on. I was like, who is she working for? But I totally, they brought that into the show too.
Yeah.
Okay, so we get the Yelena backstory. She's in. She meets Kate. She's like, I'm here to kill Clint. Kate's like, why? Like this is like your sister and Clint are best friends.
Yeah.
Can't really figure it out. Is gonna follow through with it. But Yelena does Kate a solid and kind of brings some knowledge to Kate and Clint, who eventually reconcile in this episode. Kate decides I'm not sitting out. I don't remember exactly
Right.
what pushes her over the edge, but essentially
She's
she's tired of sitting around.
yeah
She's sitting in her bedroom. She's like, I gotta if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this.
makes the call.
Makes
Yeah.
the call. Let's get back together. Clint in this episode, he's having some heart-to-heart stuff. He goes downtown. We get the statue of this is where the Avengers first assembled in 2012. Has a little dialogue with Scarlett Johansson, Natasha Romanoff.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, listen, I made the sacrifice. You made the sacrifice, but I still have some shit to do, and I'm sorry for what I'm about to do. And what's he
Right.
do? He puts the Ronin suit back on. Episode's called Ronin, and he decides to go after Echo, the leader of the
Tracksuits.
tracksuit gang, tracksuit mafia.
Tracksuit mafia.
And he's like, I'm gonna go after her. I'm gonna set her straight.
Yeah.
Kills a lot of guys,
It takes him out.
takes him out.
Yeah, it takes him out.
He's not really killing them.
No, I think it's very non-lethal.
He's like, I'll just knock you guys out.
He's not Falcon and Falcon and the Winter Soldier, where I think they pretty much straight up murdered some people in that show.
They're just murdering people that they bust into a room, murder everyone.
Yeah.
This wasn't that. This was like, take him out, get a face-to-face with Echo. They have a good fight scene back and forth. The whole thing is, Ronin, you killed my dad. Why did you do this? And he, after Ronin, a.k.a. Clint, gets all the tracksuit mafia taken care of, finally has a moment. He knows sign language, and he's telling Echo, your boss is the one that killed your dad.
Yeah.
He hired me.
Yeah.
I was hired to do
Yeah,
this.
he had gotten some information.
This
like,
wasn't a
Someone gave me this information of what needed to be done
And
and
when.
where and
And-
when.
Yep. And I was told, I was like, I'll do this because it's a job.
Yeah. Someone was informing on you. Maybe remember back and who's still alive that should have been there.
And who is it? It's her number 2. She figures it out.
Kazi.
Kazi.
Yeah.
Why weren't you at the meeting that night? She
Yeah.
says. And he's like, what are you talking about? She figures it out. We still don't know at this moment who the big boss is quite yet. But we do in just a few moments.
Yes.
Kate and Clint get back together. They're back at the house. They're sitting down. They're planning like, what's going on? I got to figure out what's happening to my mom. All right, you got Echo taken care of. We still got a Black Widow out for Clint. What are we going to do? oh, here's the Black Widow now. Yelena texts Kate a photo with her mom in a meeting with,
The big guy.
you want to say it?
Mhm. Kingpin.
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 Been waiting for that forever.
And not just Kingpin, the Kingpin character played by,
Vincent D'Onofrio.
nice
There
job.
we go.
Yeah,
Man.
better than what I was going to do. I was going to be like, Vin Savasio. What is it again?
Vincent D'Onofrio.
From the Daredevil series.
I was so ready to be let down at this episode.
Yeah.
It's like, man,
If they don't do
if
it now.
they're not going to do it. There's no way they're going to do it. And then they show that photo, and I lost it.
What were you
I
thinking?
lost it. I was sitting in my truck that morning at work, just waiting to go into the office, and I'm watching the episode. I leave early so I can catch it.
Yes.
Early morning,
Yes.
and I if anybody was outside, they would have been able to hear me.
You were
I
screaming.
screamed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're just pumped up, ready
Yeah,
to go.
I was pumped.
Like, and you could even tell from the photo, like,
Oh, yeah.
that's him.
Grainy,
Weird phone.
yeah,
like
like
that,
BlackBerry
the
2006
oldest,
photo.
worst
Yeah.
phone.
Yep.
Andy, what were you thinking whenever you saw that character pop up?
I'm so pumped.
Yeah, just like, okay, they're doing it.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I'll watch Daredevil again.
And
Already.
guess what? Yeah, that's what me and Carrie did. We just started Daredevil.
Same,
Nice.
Same.
Like right after that. I mean,
Well-
yeah, and then you see that character, you're like, oh my God. And this is, man, I guess like, I don't know if you guys, I guess spoiler alert, I guess, for like those Daredevil shows, but like it's like the question, it seems like it is like the same one, just like years past.
Yeah.
He's got the Kang, he's a cane, he's got a lot bigger.
Mhm.
He's like a different style of clothing. He's wearing that like crazy,
The
like,
Hawaiian shirt with the
Hawaii-
white suit.
and oh my God. Oh yeah, well, we're jumping ahead, but we find out at the end of episode 5, like we got him. He's in.
Well, let's see. I believe he said that it's the same. The actor Vincent D'Onofrio.
D'Onofrio.
Good job.
D'Onofrio. He said that it was the same guy, and I was wondering. He like publicly announced it. I was wondering if that was something that Feige would be good with him saying or not, or if he was just mistaken. You never know. What to
Yeah,
think about
we
those
never
things.
got any pushback,
Yeah,
or clarification, or
And how
Nothing.
much
so TBD.
and how much does it matter?
Just along-
Right.
Yeah, I'm just. along
It's
for
just
the
yeah,
more-
I don't care. He's there.
It's like for us that are the super fans, we're the ones that are just like, well, hold on though. Do I need to watch these shows again?
Right.
And like they've already
Yeah.
put together these lists of like where these shows can fit in the MCU. I'm like, am I gonna start playing this crazy game?
Mhm.
But either way, glad to see him back. We'll talk about episode 6 in a minute, but that's how episode 5 ends. Is like, all right, this is the big bad.
Boom. Yeah, great episode.
Great episode. Yeah, just a great episode 5. You have that little lull in the beginning, and then just like bing bang,
Yeah.
big stuff at the end. All right, episode 6, big finale. Right? What I forget what day it was. Right, it's December like 20.
It had to be like Christmas Eve,
yeah, it was
almost.
it was-
I think.
Christmas Eve was Thursday, so yeah, it was the Wednesday
Yeah.
before, I guess.
Yeah.
Right there on Christmas. It's called So This Is Christmas. 62 minutes, by far the longest episode.
Yeah.
for any show.
For any show. Yeah, for for real. Like the last one was 45.
Mm-hmm.
Jumped up to 60. Clint and Kate's partnership is tested as they face the consequences of exposing the conspiracy. Scotty, help me out with this episode, but essentially we find out Kate's mom's bad.
Yeah.
And Kate's
I do
like,
believe
"I
at
feel-"
the end of the episode 5 was when Jack got arrested,
Yes.
and she totally pushed everything off on him.
Yes.
And yeah, it's obvious now. She met with the Kingpin,
Yep.
and she got
Well, we get this meeting like right away, right?
yeah,
It's like it's like the first thing we get, I feel
Yeah.
like, is Kingpin
Kingpin and her.
and her, and she's saying essentially, I've been doing this
I'm
for
out.
I've been
Yeah.
doing this for you a long time. My daughter's now on the line. I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
And Kingpin's like, you think you can just quit?
Oh yeah, it's
Like it's a gang.
yeah.
Like you're in a gang. Like you don't just get to be like,
There's
I'm
no
out.
leaving.
There's-
She's like, oh well, I got all kinds of records and documents. I'm out if something happens to me.
So she leaves. She's like, storms out. Kingpin's like, okay, the nerve on this lady.
Mm.
Ends up talking with is number 2 and does come face to face next with Echo. So this is where we get the big face down with Kingpin, Echo, and Echo looking at him and the number 2. What's his name again? Kazi. And she's basically just saying, I understand. Like, well, first off, it's like they don't know that she knows. They just
Right.
assume.
Yeah.
And she plays it cool. And she's
Yeah.
like, I want to take a couple days.
yeah.
I'm going to take a couple days off.
Right.
And whatever, I'll leave this be. But it's not where it falls. It's like I know they end up in the middle at the end of the episode. Forget what happens in between though, because I've like, does Echo have any more storyline in this finale? Not
I
really,
think it
right?
it closes up right there.
Yeah,
Until the end.
until the end. It's like, okay, cut ties with Kingpin for a minute. We'll check
Mhm.
back in with that at the end. And Clint decides he's going to help out Kate with protecting essentially her mom.
Mm-hmm.
Because he says, listen, if your mom, because they saw the video, they got to see the whole video of Kingpin talking. He says, listen, this guy is not going to let it go. I'll stick around. What's your mom up to? She's got another gala.
Yeah.
She's got another party. So she's going to go to this party. And the whole plan is, all right, let's call back our friends from
our LARPing buddies.
our LARPing buddies and get those suits we were promised.
Yep.
And let's make some new trick arrows. Whole bunch of them.
Yeah.
Tons of like just fun trick arrows.
Yeah. They got them all back from Impound,
yes.
and then they made some more.
And they made some more.
Yeah.
Just making them. Fun scene. Trying to skip any big stuff. Scott, feel free to jump in as you think of the storyline for this big finale.
I think that's about where stuff started to go down.
Yeah, it's like this is where you get a lot of action in this episode.
Yeah. Where Clint is standing in the window with someone, sees the laser
Yep.
from the Kazi
Yep.
sniper across the street in another building. And that's when it pops off.
Yep. It's time
You
to
know,
go. It's like
time to go.
get the
It
arrows
hits
out.
the fan.
And Clint gets like stuck in that Christmas tree. He like falls out the window
Yelena is chasing Kate
just through the
through
building.
the building
Yes.
to try and figure out where Clint is.
And they're just like messing with each other the
Yeah.
whole time. A lot of Kate and Yelena going back
Hilarious.
and forth.
You know,
Like, stay out of my way.
They get in the elevator together. You know, Kate jumps in at the last second, hits all the buttons. Great back and forth.
Right back and forth. Kate takes down the tree with an arrow, like the whole park. Like,
Yeah, Clint comes out and lands in the tree. Doesn't know how to get an Avenger. Doesn't know how to get out of a tree.
yeah, he's like, I'm stuck in a tree. I was like, you were jumping off buildings. Like,
Right.
You can figure this out.
Those arrows were one of the best parts of the season, though, for sure.
But yeah,
Yeah,
well,
to me.
let's go through the arrows. They're on the ice. They're in the middle of this ice rink. I'll say there's not really many people around other
No.
than the people that are involved in the battle, which
Yeah.
is Kate and Clint.
And seemingly
Yelena.
an endless sea of bros.
Just as many.
They just keep coming,
There are
like
so many-
Ultrons.
Yeah. They're just Ultron versions of the tracksuit jump gang or whatever.
Mafias.
But Mafia, I can't, like, it's always like 3 words that I can't just quite put together. But yeah, just unlimited bodies, like some of the arrows you get. I was calling that Pym. I was like, there's something's about to get real small.
yeah.
Something's about to shrink.
Mhm.
But before you get there, you get, I forget what else. what
Just
all
like
you get.
lightning arrows.
Yeah, electric barrier,
and
like
all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, like more smoke. And I feel like smoke and goo are usually the good
Yeah.
go-to. But then they do have another Pym arrow hit that truck with the
truck
2
coming
guys.
down.
And they pick up the truck. He's like, oh, he goes off to call Scott about this.
Right.
Ant-Man, figure out what to do with them.
Yeah.
But before he can,
The owl from the tree
the owl from the tree
that
scoops up
Clint
the
had a
people.
moment with. Yeah, scoops him up and flies away.
Where are those
You,
guys?
you can hear him down there.
do you think do you think we'll see those guys again?
No, those guys.
Yeah,
are dead.
we'll see it. Something will happen. There'll be like a little thing like in a corner.
Probably
I don't know. That's a
an
tough
Easter
one.
egg somewhere.
They might be dead.
Well, I mean,
you'll see the little truck on
Unofficially.
somebody's dresser or something.
yeah, right, exactly. I was thinking the same thing. They got to be dead.
Get their own show.
Yeah,
The Adventures of the Tiny Tracksuit Mafia.
tiny bros.
So Kate is trying to save her mom. Her mom is like bad to the end.
Oh yeah, we can't find her. She's gone. Jack shows up out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, he's
He's-
here to help.
He's back and he's a good guy.
He's like, I'm here to, and he does. He fights off people.
He's fighting off the bros with
Yep.
his sword.
Yep. As the mom's trying to just get Kate to come and go with her, who shows back up? Kingpin. Here we go. He starts taking on Kate on the street.
Yeah.
Like they're fighting. I'm like, oh wow, she's taking on Kingpin. What's the mom do? Runs Kingpin through a building
Yeah,
with her
into
car.
a building. It's like brutal.
And he's massive, right? Like he's just this massive, crazy big character. That's the one part that's extremely different from the Daredevil show. Is like, in Daredevil, he's like, you know, walking around museums, just kind of like a big guy. This is like comically large, so big, goes through and is like untouchable. It doesn't really get hurt. Ever.
Oh yeah, he's just wiping the floor with Kate.
Is he like a meta?
Real
Is
strong.
he like an enhanced
Man,
person?
I think he's just
big and
jacked.
strong.
Yeah, just big, strong guy.
Kate's using the trick arrow and more electric arrows, fighting him hand to hand, getting knocked on her ass over and over until she finally.
He takes all of her arrows and snaps them all in half and throws them on the ground.
Yes.
And a call back to episode 5, where she learned how to snap the coins.
Yes.
She grabs a coin and snaps one at the head of an arrow, and they all just chain react
And just explode and
blow him back into the wall.
blows him like straight up. And you're like, he might not come back from this one.
Oh yeah, he's dead for sure.
But he's not.
But he's not.
He disappears. Mom goes to jail.
Yeah.
Like looking at her
Guilt tripping Kate for sure. Like this is what Avengers do: arrest their mothers on
Arrest their
Christmas.
just
like,
really being like,
wow.
I guess going like a Karen almost, like the stereotypical Karen of just like not even understanding what you did wrong at all.
You're a criminal. You killed Armand.
Kate's looking at her going like, just go to jail, Mom.
Yeah.
Just go to jail.
Bye, Mom.
Bye. So Kate gets her big hero moment.
We had a little after the fight, when Kate goes after her mom, we have Yelena show up on the ice to have her moment with Clint.
Yes. Yeah.
Wipes the floor with him.
Yeah.
Basically.
Just kicks his ass.
Yeah. Just he's ready to die.
But he's also like not fighting her back.
Oh yeah.
And he's trying to talk to her a little bit as he's going.
He's like, I don't want to hurt you, and she's just beating him up, and he's like, yeah, beat me up.
And starts beating him real bad.
Yeah.
Beating him real bad. Oh, there's no end in sight. And he's already said all he can say. Like, I did try. She says, you should have tried harder. All of us that know what we're talking about from Endgame here are going like, you weren't there. And what's he do to get her?
The whistle. It's pretty close.
I don't know what it was. Something like that.
That's impressive.
And then I heard it and I was like, oh, I kind of remember that.
I know.
And I was like, okay. And then when I saw Black Widow last week, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the whistle.
The whistle.
It's the same thing they do with the vests and stuff.
Yeah.
Like they connect the movies with these like little things. But you know, it works. It helps you. But this gets her in the end.
Yeah.
And this is where she's like, she breaks down and it's
How did you know that?
Yes. Like he was like, she was my best friend.
Right.
Like we are homies.
I tried to tell you.
Like I wish I had a video from Vormir
Right.
to like show you what went down.
Right. Avengers body cams.
Yeah, right. That's why Avengers need body cams.
Well, she could go watch. That part's probably not in Rogers the Musical. I don't know.
Rogers the Musical.
We'll get there later.
We will. And I can't wait to see it myself. Okay, so then Kingpin vanished, but we're not done with him yet. We do get, this isn't the very end. This is Kingpin and Echo.
Yeah.
Echo finds him.
Kingpin, he's stumbling down an alleyway.
Yep.
Just trying to get out of there.
Here's Echo.
Didn't die from the giant explosion.
He's fine.
Yeah.
He's like really fine. He's
right.
like, he's just
got a little limp.
A little tired.
Shake it off. Gonna be sore in the morning.
She comes out and he gives some speech about, we're family or whatever.
Right.
And she puts the gun right to his face. The camera goes up.
Camera pans up. You see the muzzle flash.
Bang. Is he dead?
No.
Yeah, right.
No way he's dead.
Yeah, there's no way.
You don't bring back a character like the Kingpin to have in one episode.
Just a single
to kill him.
A one episode. Sure.
Yeah.
You're so right too.
Yeah.
It's just the one episode.
Yeah, there's no way.
He'll be back.
Oh, he'll be back.
We got to see him fight Spider-Man.
Maybe he'll have an eye patch or something.
Well, maybe we'll see him in Echo.
Oh, we're definitely going to see him in Echo.
Right, we have to.
Yeah.
At least a flashback or something.
I feel like Echo should just be subtitled like Daredevil next season. Maybe. Hopefully.
Good.
I could see that happening. Be a lot of Daredevil in there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think we'll get some Daredevil.
I think we might get some Daredevil too.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Coming up.
Maybe we'll talk about it in The Meat.
Who knows? We'll see. Like I try to we gotta watch it. All right. So Hawkeye decides, okay, Kingpin might be whatever. Echo's on the run or doing her thing, just living her life. Hawkeye, Clint, they win essentially.
They win, yeah.
And he says,
the day is over.
come home with me.
I'm going home.
And you can come.
Yeah.
And the dog.
And the dog.
Both you and the dog can come.
Yep.
And I was like, if I'm Clint's wife, I'd be like, he's going to bring this.
Did you just bring a 20-year-old?
Just bring a
girl home?
23-year-old. And she lives here now? And
This is the girl you've been hanging out with
Yeah.
during Christmas for the last couple of days?
this is the big emergency.
It looks like she could be a pop star or something.
And and then at Christmas, like when they're doing the gifts, he's like, hey, come here. I want to talk to you about something. And his daughter's like,
Whoa.
what about
Yeah.
me?
Yeah.
I was like,
You
Clint,
just got here.
like, didn't you guys just hang out the whole week? And what's going to happen? I mean, it's like, we don't know. That's the big mystery is like, they're just like together then
Yeah.
at the end.
And they burn the
The Ronin
Ronin suit in the barbecue pit, and it's all up in the air. You know, I thought we would have gotten some sort of definitive retirement plan.
But
For
no,
Clint.
Retirement plan.
no, it's like, we're still
But,
figuring this out.
Yeah, we got season 2, I think.
It's already been confirmed.
No, I'm just saying.
Oh,
Got
It's
it. Gotta
they
be,
left
yeah.
it so open ended.
there's got to be. Oh, yeah. And she's got to be coming back for
Right.
season 2.
Oh yeah.
Anything
yeah,
else? Oh, and
that's-
then, I mean, well, anything else in the story? The end credit scene,
No, but that's it. We come to the end credit scene.
which is
I can do this all day.
Rogers the musical.
Rogers the
full
musical.
the full number.
Yeah.
You got like the full main number beginning to end. I had a great time with
I
it.
forgot there was a credit scene because I blocked that whole thing out of my memory.
Wow.
Oh
I don't like musicals at all.
Harsh.
Oh man, I thought this one got you pumped up for musicals though.
No, it didn't. I tried. I watched like
That
watched
was-
like a minute.
that
And
was
I
a
was like,
lie.
It-
not even this can pull me in. It's I'm a lost cause.
That's great. All right, well that's the story. Yeah, man. Great for my end. Great story. A lot of fun. Hawkeye. I'm in for the new Hawkeye. I want to see more Kate Bishop. I can't wait to see her interacting with more Avengers over the years. How will she mix into other storylines? What will happen to Clint? I want to see more Kingpin. I had a good time. Giggler, let's go with you next because I'm going to save our most excited guy for last. What'd you think of Hawkeye season 1?
Good call. Yeah, definitely not my favorite of the MCU show so far. And that's just based solely on Hawkeye's never been doesn't do it for me. It's versus other options that we have on this show slate of shows on the horizon and in the past. But and yeah, Kate Bishop, I definitely, like you said, I like to see her in more movies. Maybe a season 2 of this. I thought at first I thought the Christmas theme would be kind of lame, but I actually really liked it now in hindsight.
Do you think you'd like it in the summer?
We'll see.
We'll find out.
I
won't we?
definitely need to rewatch this. I didn't watch it as like intently as I had for other shows because we weren't going week to week for recording, so it was kind of like,
Yep.
I kind of was like, oh, I'll rewatch it, and I just never got around to it. But
Sure.
go for a 3 out of 4, I think.
3 out of
Careful.
4.
Yeah.
And I didn't give my rating. I'll go and get out of the way too. Yeah, I'll give it a solid 3 out of 4 as well. All right, screw those ratings. Scotty Scoop, tell us what you
Amateurs.
thought.
Yeah,
of
You're
this
all
show.
amateurs
I'm not even
and trash.
Tell us about Hawkeye, dude. Just
Oh
this is your
man,
time.
I loved the show. Like I said, my favorite, definitely hands down favorite show on Disney Plus so far.
Wow.
Great. And I'm gonna. You guys might be floored by this. If they were to edit this season together into one movie,
Yep.
this would make my top 10.
Hawkeye the movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would. Yeah, for sure. Wow.
100%. 3.8.
Woo!
Coming in hot.
I mean,
I loved it.
you loved it.
Loved it.
You're here for it. You want more of it.
The setting, the characters,
You like the
the
style.
story, the style, the artwork,
Yep.
everything.
Yeah.
Give me more.
You're pretty impressed with how they took that source material, brought it into a
Oh,
live
yeah.
action show.
Yeah.
They did a good job.
Man, I couldn't believe it.
What was going on with that watch?
Oh, here we go. Yeah, the watch. So, she finally gets the watch back.
His wife.
Clint's got the watch, gives it to Laura, his wife.
Yes.
Turns it to the back, Shield logo.
She's a SHIELD agent.
Number 19,
What does that mean?
Mockingbird.
Oh, this is a
Mockingbird
character.
is She was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay.
Blonde
this,
girl?
yeah, this is probably they're going to turn this into a title.
Oh wow.
You know, something that can be passed on, I imagine, from agent to agent, almost kind of like a 007. Or,
Oh.
you know, Hawkeye and another Hawkeye. Yeah,
And this is tease for like maybe something to come.
she seems to have been Mockingbird at some point. S.H.I.E.L.D. agent, yeah.
You think we're gonna see more of her, that Laura and that actor playing? I forget her name, but she's in all
I hope
sorts.
so, yeah.
Like maybe, like probably so. I mean,
Yeah.
like they really seem to plant some seeds there.
I think so. I mean, you don't just throw that out for nothing.
Yeah.
This is the MCU.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There are no dead ends.
That one watch could be 3 movies, 4 shows.
Yep.
And they did leave it pretty much open ended. They're all just hanging out the Hawkeye
Yeah.
house. We don't know where they're gonna go from here.
Right.
This might be like a little Hawkeye team.
Right. Yeah.
All right. Any final thoughts, man? You're happy with what they did? Any
Super
things you want to fanboy out about this one that you really liked about it? What was your favorite aspect of the show?
There were a lot of scenes that they filmed that were just direct cuts from the comic book, and you could tell specifically when they had that car chase and the really nice car that they didn't steal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some of the cinematics ripped straight from the comic books,
Mhm.
and then you know it hits you right in the nostalgic feels. You're just like, man, I remember reading that like 15 years ago.
Crazy.
Yeah,
And here we are.
yeah, and here we are. They did it.
They did it. They're doing it all. Their foot's on the gas. They're not going anywhere. That was the 31st MCU title, the TV show in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and it's all happening at mostlysuperheroes.com/MCU. Can't wait to talk about this one again. Hopefully see more of Hawkeye one day. I'm sure that we will, and we'll see definitely some more of the new Hawkeye. Probably all about.
Oh yeah.